This webinar is about STC's Professional Exchange Program, and I'm so pleased that Steph is with me as a panelist, and we are going to go through a set of slides. It's not going to take too long. I'm thinking probably about 20 minutes-ish. Would you agree, Steph? Something like that?
Yeah, that'd be fine, yeah.
And we just, for our attendees, we are just going to really introduce the key points about this program and also give you a chance at the end to have a chat with us and ask any questions and see how you can get started.
Yeah, we'd just like to welcome everybody along to this webinar today. I'm glad that you could be here with us. Again, we're just going to introduce ourselves. We're going to explain what's involved by taking part in the programme, what you have to do, what we will do, and obviously how we can support those partaking in the programme with paperwork and also a friendly voice at the end of a phone or at some friendly words at the end of an email. We're here to help you, really. We want you to get the best out of this, really. That's our mission.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am going to introduce, first of all, let's just flick through these here. I'm going to introduce Steph to you all, just so you know who you're talking to today. Steph is actually this program's manager, okay, so looking after the Professional Exchange Program. Steph will be the one who really takes care of you if you sign up to this program, right? And she's your first port of call, really. Steph has a fascinating background and a broad experience of working with people through various means. So she's been a careers counselor. She's helped people in the right direction in their lives. She's worked with schools as well. So she's also a qualified teacher, English and all sorts of subjects, supporting English mainly though. And since then, she's also been involved in training, so training programs, courses, you know, your level 2s, etc., across the food industry mainly. And that's that point exactly. So she's a training coordinator, and so in terms of getting qualifications as well as careers counselling, this is Steph's broad background. And actually, I could add plenty more to that, but those are the main points for you to know for today. Right, Steph, I'll hand over to you.
Right, so Kathy has a 25 years experience in the food and packaging industry. She's a BRCGS approved training provider and also virtual training now. Along with CPD, she's created unique courses for HACCP and food hygiene combined and delivers these through STC. And all of the courses that she delivers are to do with food and the food and packaging industry. And there's a huge range of courses there. And if there isn't the right course, then in the business of providing you with the link to the right course. And her experience covers manufacturing, food testing laboratories, quality assurance, technical and engineering. So somewhere along there it's going to find a course to suit you or the experience as a consultant to help you with what you need. Okay.
Thank you, Steph. What a lovely introduction. And I think just importantly, or most importantly, this little bit here, everybody needs to know that honestly, we do care. We care about your goals. We care about what you're trying to achieve. And we speak your language. You know, that is what this program is about your career. Okay. So Steph, do you want to just give us this first top level view here?
Yeah, just to also compound on what Kathy said, we do really genuinely care about building people up and getting them to have job satisfaction. And for many of the incidences that we find, you'll find that we've probably been in your shoes. And so that lent Kathy originally to thinking about this exchange programme, where you go and lend your skills to another company within your food or packaging related industries So you will go along, or you can do this via Zoom, talk about your experiences and share what you do. And the idea is that your counterpart will have a fresh pair of eyes and look at what you do and maybe make some suggestions. And then you swap. So you look at what they do and you may be able to gain some knowledge and some experience and some CPD from looking at what they do, and maybe make suggestions. But it's all about helping one another and gaining knowledge yourself, and gaining that broader experience of what you do and what you can offer to the company you now work for, or if you're looking for a promotion, or if you're looking to move on later on, you've got this experience that you can bring to the table and offer future employers.
That's it exactly. That's it exactly. So I've got a little slide here where I'm just going to talk you through this little scenario. Okay, so say for example, we have Jackson over here on the left, okay, and we've got Ella. Okay, so Jackson currently works for a company making oils for the bakery industry. Here we have Ella, who uses oils as a key ingredient, but she doesn't know so much about oils. She'd love to get more experience about oils, okay? So category experience when you think of the various BRC categories, or the categories in other GSI certification. So she wants category experience, and Jackson pretty much knows all about the bakery industry, right? So Jackson here says, I spent a week helping Ella design and carry out her allergen cleaning validation. Okay, he's confident. So he's a professional in terms of allergen cleaning validation. And that's what one of the things he suggested he could offer to Ella. And then Ella said, okay, so he spent a week with Ella. All right. So Jackson's out of his business for a week, just like he would be if he took a holiday. He's got a deputy who's carrying on for him so that he can spend a bit of time in Ella's company, all right? Learning about everything that she does. At a later date, she went and spent a week, and this week is arbitrary. This program doesn't have to be a week. We match people's requirements. Yes? Perhaps if allergen cleaning took 3 days, 3 days would have been sufficient. If it was internal auditing as a different example, you could do 3 months, but 1 day a month, spread over 3 months. You could do that kind of thing. So these are arbitrary examples. So Ella says, I spent a week auditing Jackson's vulnerability and raw material risk assessments. Okay, auditing Jackson's vulnerability and raw material risk assessments, because that's what Ella's great at. All right, she feels confident in vulnerability assessments, VASIP. She feels confident in raw material risk assessments. So she lent those skills to Jackson. And Jackson has now learned where he went wrong on his VASIP study. Yeah, so Jackson has benefited greatly from Ella. He's learned from her. But at the same time now, she knows more about validation thanks to Jackson's allergen cleaning that he did for her. And she's also got more experience about the oil industry, right? So it's a win-win. They've both gained that experience. They both feel more confident in their roles. Of course, Jackson doesn't necessarily want to leave his job to gain this additional experience. Ella doesn't want to leave her job to gain this experience. So they haven't had to. They haven't had to, and they are both more confident. And as Steph said on the previous slide, they have brought home to their employer new skills. Right, so I realize here that I'm waffling on a little bit, Steph, so I'm going to pick up the pace. It's all about that competence, isn't it? It's all about competence. Good. I'm going to flick straight to the next slide. So just a little bit about this. What you see there are the BRC 18 categories, okay? Just to, again, remind us that this is about gaining product experience as well as the various tools that we need for our job, whether it's validation or internal auditing, etc. So you might be thinking, why would my employer let me do this? okay? Or if you are a manager and you're thinking about this program for your staff, then this little bit here is for you. Okay, it is all about staff development, isn't it? Staff development of skills and competencies. Yeah. This is also a valid activity for you to build into your food safety and quality culture plan. So a lot of people, I find when I audit their sites, when I do BRC auditing, I can see that some sites have gotten a little bit stuck for ideas. And they've done all the questionnaires and they've done a food safety day, and it's like, now what? Now what do we do? This is a rolling program, developing your food safety and quality culture. So this is a valid activity that you could add to that plan for your staff. Okay. Also, it is a free consultancy resource, you know. So where Jackson helped Ella on that allergen cleaning validation, she didn't have to pay a consultant. This isn't about us, you know, doing consultants out of work. We're not trying to do that, because this program is for consultants too. You know, perhaps a consultant is very professional and experienced in with their speciality or their background, and sometimes they feel a little bit weak in another area, or perhaps they've never worked in a high care or high risk facility, just as an example. This is another program, even for consultants who might want to take part in this and find a participating company who will let them go and do some work in their high risk facility. So it's not about doing consultants out of work, but it is a free consultancy resource. So in terms of the individual, what is your gain in taking part of this program? It's your specific development of your own skills and competencies. So in terms of gaining competence, you might want to, as part of your one-to-one with your manager, say, do you know what? I would love to take part in this program. It's an opportunity. This is what I want to do to develop myself. Also, we get a lot of people on our BRC courses which contribute to the BRCGS professional recognition program. So if you want to gain that BRCGS professional recognition, there are a number of courses that are assessed via an assignment rather than an exam. But I get people who find that root cause is not a problem. Absolutely, they deal with customer complaints. So for the root cause course, they can complete the assignment, not a problem. But they then go on the risk assessment course, and they say to me sometimes, well, I don't really have an opportunity to do a risk assessment. It's not my remit in my place of work. Somebody else does those. So this is an opportunity to give someone a chance to do a real assignment that's value adding. They're helping out another company, they gain experience, they're completing their assignment to become a professional. And that just brings me to the point really of saying, what is a professional? What is a professional? It's not just somebody with qualifications, it's not just somebody with experience, it's not just somebody with the right behavioral skills. It's a combination of all of them, isn't it? So this part is giving you the opportunity to experience those things. Absolutely, we when we sign you up, we do look at your qualifications. Are you a professional? Can you add something? Can you add value to another company? That's essentially what we're asking here. And can you gain value? So that's the main thing. But yeah, opportunity to complete your assignment and gain category experience, as we've said. Okay. So, Steph, over to you.
Well, it's an idea that people can work together to build each other up. Okay, we want people to be stretched a little bit out of their comfort zone in that respect, because that's always good, but it's also nice that you can help other people, and so it's a two-way street for people to become more qualified and to develop themselves really in the role that they are currently in. Okay, on the next slide we talk about why particularly we want to do this, and it's because we are passionate about what we do. and we want to share the opportunity. Kathy is passionate about teaching, as am I, and watching people gain experience and grow and develop is addictive, really, if you are in that profession and you like to see people blossom and flourish and get that all important satisfaction from their job like we do. Okay. So again, with the teaching element and advising people about the next steps of their career and where to go and what they have in their bag already, what currency this can give them for other developments and careers, etc. We are in the business of developing people. And it's not just professionally, it's also personally. Happy people, okay, that feel valued are sort of, they extend this into their work life, okay, so they become more confident, they become more productive, and people gravitate towards them for their experience, and they then become educators themselves in a way.
That's right.
So again, it's about feeling valued. If your employer encourages you as you're on this sort of scheme, it tells you that they value you. If you want to show your staff that you value them by giving them this opportunity, it's a tremendous opportunity for them to get something without having to go through loads and loads of hoops as such. And people that have expanded in this way have much higher job satisfaction, which again, they are now aware of their surroundings, they're working more safely. And when you have all of this put together, you become more productive, okay, as well. And you feel that you are more accountable for what you're doing. And so you step up to that mark and work independently of others and become to a higher level of the profession that you're already in, really. So it's a win-win, okay. And again, it's higher morale. If your workforce are happy and have that morale, they are more loyal for you. And again, it comes down to that feeling valued, really.
Absolutely, Steph. Thank you for that. I think we all have worked for better employees and not so great employees. We've all been there, and we know you know what it's like to work with a team who's excited to come to work.
Yes,
because they're being developed. They see a future. Absolutely, and this is what it is. We want to make that possible. Yeah.
If we've got to work, we might as well enjoy it.
Oh yes. Absolutely. Okay. So really, this is a first. I'm not aware of anybody else doing this. Absolutely. There are other people offering experience, but you have to sign up for a long-term program. You have to do their courses. There are lots of conditions associated with their exchange programs. And I'm talking about programs across industries, not specifically in the food industry. But even so, this is the first program that we know of. And it's something that we've been thinking about doing for a long time. And now that it's going, we're so pleased because we've really made it easy, I think. We've made it easy for people, you know.
We've tried.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a complicated thing. As Steph mentioned earlier, you don't have to jump through hoops. It's let's just get all our ducks in a row, you know, absolutely sign the NDAs that Steph's going to talk about in a minute, and you can go for it. So, you know, this is what people want. Talking to our course attendees, we find that this is what they've needed. You know, they need this opportunity. So it's about people. It's about individuals and companies joining those forces to broaden their experiences, exchange knowledge and skills, essentially. Yeah.
So, as Cathy said, we have really thought about you and what you will need. So we have already prepared most of the paperwork that you will need. Obviously, we've got a code of conduct for you and others that you're working alongside. We've got advice on working safely. We've got those all-important NDAs or non-disclosure agreements in place for you. And we've got the application form. So we've thought about everything you would need, that we can think of that you would need, but if there's anything that you do need that we've missed out, then it's just a case of letting us know and we will provide that paperwork for you and keep you happy. So it's just a case of filling in your application form. That's all you need to do. If you're not sure about filling it in now, if we haven't convinced you, then talk to us, okay? And we can explain anything again in more detail if you need it. And then once we've got that completed application form, we'll look for a match for you. And then we will put you in touch with your match. And if you are both happy, okay, then it can go ahead. And the match is absolutely, we can only go on what you tell us. So the application form is standard, really. It's just about your contact details and your experience and your work history. But there is an opportunity in there for you to tell us a bit more about yourself so that we can match you with the right person, and we'll do our best to do that. And then it's down to you to decide whether it's for you, okay? Absolutely. And that's all there is to it. Okay. If you feel that you're missing out on anything, then all you've got to do is let us know. If there's something that you think, oh, actually, before I do this, I would like to have a little bit more experience, then let us know and we will find the right course for you. Okay. We offer a range ourselves, but can also find a course. If we don't run it, we can find it for you and point you in the right direction. Okay.
Absolutely. I must apologize. Steph reminded me and she said we must remind them that there is a £30 admin fee. And I completely forgot, didn't I, Steph?
Yes.
You know, that was probably one of the first things that anybody joining this webinar is thinking about is, what does this cost? What does this cost me? It doesn't cost you anything to take part in the program. Nothing at all. We only need a £30 admin fee, literally just to cover our expenses. Yeah. So taking part in the program itself, however, you know, there's no fee coming to STC. This is a development thing. This is something that STC wants to give. This is about creating opportunities for you. So yeah, other than the £30 admin fee, there is actually no cost in participating. I will just mention just quickly that, of course, if you take part, as Steph said, you know, you might take part in an activity, contribute to your the people that you are lending your skills to, and you might do that via Zoom or some kind of online platform, so there's no travel involved. On the other hand, you might want to go there. You might want to see how a retort operates. Perhaps you've got no experience in retorts, so you've got to actually go there. You're gonna, you know, there will of course be travel expenses, possibly hotel expenses. That will be up to you to cover. So you would need to think about that. We'll obviously be talking to you and trying to find somebody local to you to participate with, if that's your preference. The more people who take part in this program, the greater the range of those opportunities open to you. So just bear that in mind. There might be some expenses you have to cover. It all depends on your placement and where you go and what you do. But in terms of fees to STC, only the admin fee, no actual participation fee. Good. Thanks for doing that, Steph. So, Steph, do you just want to remind people then how to get in touch with us?
Yeah, so we will keep in touch with you. Once you've got your placement, we will keep in touch with you. And that is part of where this £30 comes in, really. We will email you if you prefer that, or we can chat on the phone, okay, about your placement. Okay, so initially, if you need to know more, please call us or email. And if it's convenient, we can call you back at an agreed time to talk about the programme. But once you're signed up to it, then we will keep in touch with you, and we'll find out how your first day went. We will find out how it went at the end, because we really do want to know how you got on. So yes, we will be there for any queries that you might have. Obviously, your first point of call will be your line manager if it's a work-related one. But if it's something that you think we can help with, then please do get in touch, because as part of our passion for this programme, we want to know how it's going. It's not just a case of matching you up like dominoes and then letting you get on. We want to know that it's beneficial and that it is a resource that is helping people as we'd imagined it to. So you can email, there's our emails on the slides, and if you visit the website you will find the contact numbers, and it's just a case of getting in touch.
Absolutely. Just so you know, the info at, that's me, that's Kathy.
Oh yes, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I assume.
Yeah, no, thank you. Great. So we're done with the webinar. That's it. We've been through all the slides. This is now time for you to chat. I'm going to just go into my settings, okay, and allow our attendees to chat with us if they want to. So let me just see if I can do so. Bear with me. Okay, so for our attendees, here we are. I'm just opening up our the chat function. Bear with me one moment. And I'm just, this is only via typing, so I can't switch the everybody's mics on because it's a webinar rather than a meeting. But there we are. I've just sent hi in the chat to everyone. Hopefully our attendees can see that. And if you have questions, please feel free to type them in there, and Steph and I will answer it. So I'll give you a minute to do that. Otherwise, if there aren't any questions, Steph and I are going to have a quick talk through this slide here about the frequently asked questions. Okay. Is everyone able to see that chat, or by all means speak up? I think you'd have the ability now to switch your mics on and speak if you wish.
I saw the chat.
Oh, good. Okay. Thanks, Steph. Good. Okay, I can't see any questions. Steph, let's have a little fly through these frequently asked questions, because I think that might be beneficial for everyone.
Okay.
So you can take part. Pretty much, if you've got something to offer, then you are somebody who's experienced in certain aspects. This is one of the things that Steph asks in the application form, is what you feel strong in. We'll look at your qualifications. If you've got something to offer, you can take part. Yeah. If you are I'd say we are happy to host people on our site for the same purpose, so that we can learn from them and give them that experience to work with us in our factory. In terms of benefits for me, my employer, and our customers, I think we pretty much answered that in these slides. What do you think, Steph? And do you have anything to add to that?
I think the only thing we didn't address was customers, but happy staff, confident staff, and experienced staff obviously make sure that their product or whatever they're doing leaves their site in the best possible way, which must in turn reflect on customers who are getting what they want. Okay.
Yeah.
And reduced costs, experienced staff, and there's less mistakes, means that costs can become lower because you haven't got recalls, etc. So customers really do gain at the end of the day, as much as participants and employers.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Who's my exchange partner? We have to see. We've got to look at your skills. We've got to look at your qualifications, what you can offer. We look at our other participating sites who might be saying, we'd love to have somebody with us who can offer X, Y, and Z. This is how we match you up. So that's not something that we can answer now. We need you to apply first. In terms of the location, I think we hinted at that, Steph, didn't we? Where we said, it depends. Yeah, we try to find you someone local, but there might be an ideal opportunity. You might be happy to travel, in which case the location could be anywhere, but we are focusing on the UK only at this stage. What does it cost? We've answered that. Do I get paid? No. No, absolutely not. So there's no fees involved. This is voluntary. It's a win-win situation. What you are getting out of it is the skills, the experience, the overall competence. That's what you get from this. Bear in mind, of course, that you're still getting paid by your existing employer anyway. So no. And of course, there is an online brochure. So please visit our website to see it. Here's the link to you. I will be emailing out these slides to everyone who's participated today. I see a question here from Giles. Thanks, Giles. Are companies able to register their interest as a host if they are unsure of exactly who they would offer in exchange at this time? Definitely, Giles, that's a great question. Thank you very much. Yes, participating companies, please register, because as I say, the more people who take part in this program, the broader the range of opportunities out there for participants. Thanks, Giles.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much for everyone's attention. Thank you so much, Steph, for being a lovely panelist today.
Thank you.
And we're going to say bye to everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.